Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Working on the banana wagon again. This time we're going to be looking at the shifter. There's a little bit of excessive play. I'm in neutral right now. Obviously shouldn't move around like this. Definitely it's making some noise too. So in gear, I'll go ahead and put it in second. It barely goes past the trim, and even still there's tons of play in this while it's in gear. It's obviously not safe, not good for the transmission probably. If it's not going into gear all the way, it could be messing up the synchros. But regardless, we're going to pop the panels off and take a look and see what we got underneath. So here we have that trim panel off. I'm just looking at the shifter mechanism now. Hopefully we can get some focus going on. And it would appear that we're missing the bushing connecting this linkage that goes to the transmission to the actual shifter mechanism itself, clearly allowing for some excessive play there, which would explain why when it's in gear it's just got way too much play in it. There's usually a polyurethane bushing in there, or a rubber one from the factory. It also appears that this is an aftermarket adjustable shifter. Looks like it's adjustable for length. And way down there's another one. It looks like it's adjustable for throw as well. So we're going to get this out and take a look at it a little bit closer. Okay, so here we have the shifter mechanism removed from the car, out on the workbench for a bit of a closer inspection. Apparently, it's aftermarket. We can see that because it's adjustable for overall shifter length as well as throw length. And it is missing the bushing, which obviously keeps the shifting feel tight and solid. So instead of going out and getting like a polyurethane bushing or a rubber bushing, which would be kind of hard to find, I'm not sure if this is the same size as OEM. This has no markings on it whatsoever, which kind of complicates things for me. So I figured I would maybe take a stab at a little bit of a DIY approach, since all that we're really needing to do is isolate this bolt through the bushing to keep it from having so much play in it, and that's why it has so much play in the shifting against the linkage, is because obviously there's too much play because there's nothing in there. I thought it would be interesting to raid my hardware bin and see if I could find something that may work in lieu of going out and getting a polyurethane bushing. Since it's free, I'm in my garage, I don't have to leave. Just give it a shot, see what it does. So I found some that just happen to fit really, really well in here. There's maybe a 1/16 of an inch either way, so an 1/8 of an inch total of play in here. And with the bolt in, it's very small, maybe a 32nd each way for a 1/16 of an inch total, which is fine because being that they're solid, there will need to be a little bit of play, but I think it may work out. So we'll put it in the car and then see what it does, see if it makes it feel better. If it doesn't work at all, who knows? Let's find out. Okay, so here we are back in the car. I got this stuck down in the little ball seat. Obviously the bushings aren't in there yet, so we're gonna see how these work. See if we can even get them in one-handed while I hold the camera. So far, so good. So it clears. Get this bolt started. Wow. How good is my dexterity? Say pretty decent. Let's see if we can. Aha! The bolt went on. So that's good. At least the linkage fits over the width of those collared nuts. So we'll see if that, that already is significantly tighter than it was, and this is not even tightened whatsoever. We still have about a 1/4 inch of thread there, so we'll tighten it up. I'm going to need both hands for that, so the camera's going down, and then we'll see if it works. Alright, so here we've got the shifter back in the car. Everything's bolted together. It's pretty much good to go, minus the trim. Just want to see how it feels right now. In neutral, it is very obvious that this is substantially better than it was. Probably better than stock. Definitely feels better than the last WRX that I had, which had stock bushings in it until I replaced them. Never messed with the linkage before, though. I've only done the bushings underneath the car. Never even really realized there was bushings in there. Never really had the panel off before. So this is kind of new to me. So we'll put it in second gear, which is the one that we used earlier, just to see if it feels like you got a spoon and a bowl of mashed potatoes or something like that, like it did earlier. And it's very snug, very mechanical, virtually no play. It feels very mechanical, as it should, obviously, because we've replaced the, well, non-existent bushings, but even if it was stock rubber or aftermarket polyurethane bushings with now a solid state metal, it's going to have that connection. Super excited to drive it. Unfortunately, being a project car and one of many mechanical woes, it does need a new battery, as well as many other things, which I'll cover in other videos. But this is one of the things I'm really excited to try out to see if this works or not. I don't see why it wouldn't. It goes into gear just fine. But only a test drive will tell. So we'll have to do that at another time. So feel free to subscribe to the channel. Appreciate your views, your likes, your comments, and stay tuned for future updates on the Banana Wagon and other projects. Thanks for watching.